Alright, so here we are in GTA 3. One of my favorite moments in this game was using the all armor cheat code and all weapons cheat code, killing as many people and cops as possible, and basically just seeing how long I could survive.
Now, as you know, I have kind of a strange sense of humor when it comes to video games. I like to sort of grief the in-game characters as best I can.
So right now I'm in a cop car, I'm up to 4 stars. I got cops all around me trying to chase after me. I'm killing as many people as possible. Really though, the ultimate goal for me is to get into a clear area where I could take aim with my RPG and take down the helicopter, because that was always usually the crowning achievement of this whole, the reason why, the impetus, if you will, behind me actually playing this game. This would actually consume about 5 or 6 hours of my time. So right now I'm in a pretty good position. I got a bunch of cops in front of me. I got the copter right there. Let me just take aim. And it's going down, baby. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Massive violence and explosions. That's what this game's all about.
So what I'm going to do is, as you can tell, I just picked up this prostitute right here. And we're going to go have a little bit of fun. But what she doesn't know is that she's going to be sabotaged. I'm not talking about beating the prostitute to death. That's just, anybody can do that. What I'm going to do is sabotage this prostitute in such a way so that when we're done doing our adult type things, she is going to take a little tumble into the water there. Let's see if this works. Okay.
One of my favorite ways of playing GTA 3 is putting in a couple of cheat codes that really dramatically play the way the game plays out. And the first one is the one to arm all pedestrians, and this gives them pretty much the full arsenal. Sniper rifles, assault rifles, rocket launchers, the lot. And then you put in the second cheat code that turns them hostile, and then the game suddenly transforms into this sort of crazy survival game where everybody is gunning for you and for each other. And now your mission, instead of just trying to do missions the game, is just trying to survive as long as you can, which sometimes isn't very long.
Now if you're under, 18 years old, just cover your eyes. These are 2 grown-ups just having a discussion about their taxes. Is all that's happening. They're just getting really angry and it's shaking the car. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Chaos is overrated. That's why when I play GTA 3, I like to adhere to local traffic laws. As you can see right now, I'm waiting at a red light. It's not the most obvious thing to do in a GTA game, but especially early on, cars like this Banshee aren't that easy to get a hold of. There aren't many of them around, so when I get one, I like to look after it.
And once she's done, she is going to hopefully you are in the water now, prostitute. Oh, yeah, you're drowning. Yeah, you are dead. Sorry about that, prostitute.
So yeah, Grand Theft Auto 3 was most definitely banned in the McGee household for me growing up. My parents, they seem to have a problem with all of the running over hookers, shooting police officers, dealing drugs. Just didn't really gel very well with my family makeup. But I guess I can't really blame them, because growing up I was definitely a very imaginative and active child. I like to go outside and play pretend warriors and things like that, and I can only imagine what my development would have been like if my fantasy world had been the blood-soaked streets of Liberty City and not some, fantasy castle town. Probably wouldn't have been very good.
If you ask me, there's no better way to wreak havoc in GTA 3 than getting behind the wheel of one of these Rhino tanks. I love just tearing down the street in these and just making cars blow up by just doing nothing but coming into contact with them. That's all you have to do. It was one of my favorite little games to play in this when I didn't feel like doing the story anymore, was just to get in one of these and just drive down the street and try to make every car that came my way explode. And it's especially fun once once you start getting the police's attention, and they're trying to stop you, and they just drive themselves right into you sometimes and make themselves blow up. It's fantastic, and it's amazing how it's still such a blast even 10 years after this game came out. All right.
You can still have some fun with it, but if you stick to the traffic laws, the cops aren't going to come after you. You're not going to run people over, and most importantly, you're not going to wreck your car before you even try and take it on a mission.
One of the strongest memories that I have about playing Grand Theft Auto was trying to convince my mother that I was mature enough to play this game. Being that she was a gaming parent, she was fully aware that this game was rated M for mature, and for obvious reasons, as you can see. You do fairly inappropriate things to people who, who probably didn't deserve them in the first place. But so I was eventually able to convince her that I was responsible enough to be able to, play an M-rated title, and that was actually kind of a big deal because it was one of the first M-rated titles that I had ever played under her firm but fair hand. So yeah, that would be my first experience with Grand Theft Auto, beating up pimps and hoes.
Hey guys, can I play?
No. Matt, shut up!
With Grand Theft Auto 3, one of the things that I really loved about it was the music. It had tunes that weren't licensed, but they were just so memorable. Like listening right now to Double Clef FM as you're driving around, doing drive-bys, it just was so symphonic. It just felt so cool to do this.
Admittedly, it's not a lot of fun to get stuck behind a van or a station wagon or something, but it's not so bad. And honestly, because when this game came out, I was still living in the UK. Just driving on the wrong side of the road was about as much crazy as I could handle.
It had so much music that was so interesting, but it wasn't just the music as well. Chatterbox. I absolutely loved listening to Chatterbox because it took this guy Laszlo, who was a real DJ in real life. I think he still is a real DJ somewhere in LA, and they just turned him into such an iconic character in the franchise. He was everywhere, He was in Vice City, he was in San Andreas, and it was just so cool. And the topics that were going on were just so odd.
So I've got one crystal clear memory of Grand Theft Auto 3 that I think kind of speaks to the awesome emergent sandbox nature of the game, where you would just play it and crazy stuff would happen and you would make your own humor out of it, basically. And this one stems from the vehicle controls.
Alright, so here's one of my favorite things, which is car surfing. You jump on top of the car, shoot it, and the driver will go crazy and take off, and basically this kind of makes you stick to the car a bit better. You still kind of need to move around to stay on top of it, but yeah, basically you just see how long you can stay on top of it for.
In Grand Theft Auto 3, once you're in a car, X is gas, and the brake is the circle button, and reverse is the X button. So they both basically slow you down, and it's really easy to confuse them. So when I'm about to save someone, like this dude up here, and I mean to stop in front of him, there's kind of a problem with going into reverse and then leaving the sick person in desperate need of help chasing down city streets until they die.
It's really good when the cops are chasing you, because you can get it where you are actually like shooting cops as they're driving up behind you, or you just be firing haphazardly at random passerbys.
There's nobody there. I can finally play.
Oh yeah, that's right, explosions. What's up, people? You kids are about to burn. Yes. Where you going? Come back. Come back. Dance inside the flames. Look at this game. Look at this game. Oh, this is great. This would have been so productive for my childhood development. I can't believe I just got wasted. Oh, it makes me so mad. It makes me so mad. It makes me violent. I feel violent inside. Well, thank you guys at home so much for tuning in to our Grand Theft Auto 3. We'll call it a walk down memory lane. Obviously, this game has been very influential in the in gameplay development, sort of in the open world sandbox genre throughout the years. And truly, the video game landscape today would not be what it is were it not for the accomplishments of the game you see right here. Get down it! Take it! Take it! That's right! Headbutt! What's up? What's up? Feel the pain! Feel the pain! That's right! Feel it!
As you can see here. Okay, I need to not.
Great work.
Yeah, me dying. Okay, one more take.